Welcome to the Gameday Gauntlet, where action hits you in the mouth and the excitement never ceases to amaze. 5 games in 3 hours from action around your league, with leading lady moments like this. And Brooke O'Neal knocks it away. Today we begin in Phoenix, where the red-hot Rivermen and Skyhawks collide. Buckle up, grab your popcorn. The UFL and the Virtual Football Network proudly presents the Gameday Gauntlet. What up, everybody? Week 8 Gameday Gauntlet, 2 days behind schedule, but we're here. And we're ready to go. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine, who will hopefully get through these 3 hours dealing with lingering illnesses, dealing with storms outside my window once again here at headquarters. Woo, we're going to try to make it through. We start in Phoenix today. The 3-4 Phoenix Skyhawks have won 2 straight. St. Louis is 5-2. They're chasing the New York Lightning at the top of the Eastern Conference. What are we going to have in store in that one? That's going to be a great one to get us started. New Orleans and San Diego, 2 teams at 2-5 that are desperate for a victory. One of them is going to fall to 2-6. Miami at Austin. The Pirates have struggled in the first half of the season. Austin's on a 2-game slide. They certainly want to turn that around. The Vegas Devils are 2-5. They are at Rochester to take on the winless Pioneers at 0-7. Will today finally be the day that the Pioneers get the win? And then Salt Lake will take on Minnesota. The Chippers had gotten that big win in overtime over Dallas, but then suffered a shocking loss where they gave up 22 unanswered to Vegas last week. The Salt Lake Hornets coming off that victory over Miami, catapulting them to 4-3 and 3rd place in the Western Conference. We saw Chicago upset New York already this week. Dakota dismantled Wichita, and Dallas destroyed Los Angeles in a shocker last night, Monday night in prime time. The Phoenix and St. Louis kickoff is just moments away here, about 30 seconds away, and we'll get you out to Phoenix, Arizona. We're happy to have all of you here with us today. Flash is here to start. Robert Henson, Damon Simeon, Ronnie Shanahan, Ernest McCrae, and company. Ronnie still in the building, ready to rock on You Go tonight. Y, O, and U are your different patterns that you can win tonight on bingo in the Game Day Gauntlet. Buckle up, strap in. It's going to be a fun evening, another special primetime edition of the Game Day Gauntlet. And here we go. From Phoenix, the Skyhawks in their alt oranges at home today with the orange lids and the white pants. St. Louis in the red pants with the red helmets and white jerseys. And 2 teams on winning streaks are ready to rock in Arizona. St. Louis can get 1 game within New York with a win tonight. They have won 2 in a row, 5 of their last 6. Their 2 losses to Dakota and Dallas, 2 teams that made the championship last season. This is the final game of a 3-game road trip for St. Louis. They are going to be happy to be back at home next week against New York in that big matchup in the Eastern Conference. Phoenix, meanwhile, has won 2 in a row, 28-20 over Wichita, 29-17 at Los Angeles last week. This is a start of a 3-game homestand for Phoenix. St. Louis, Rochester, Vegas. Certainly 2 of those games Phoenix would feel like are winnable. Maybe they could get a 3rd here today against the St. Louis Rivermen. Joe Tillo is going to start with the football. He is 5th in the UFL in passing yards per game, 307.6. 2nd in the league in touchdowns with 18. And he'll start with a flip out to DJ Simeon to get us started. About a pickup of 2 there for Simeon. DJ Simeon, the emerging star in Phoenix, but has been a little rocky so far. 464 yards is 14th in the league in terms of his 66 yards per game average with 3 touchdowns. Tillo on a 2nd down and 8 will fire to the near side, and that's DR Simeon with the catch. This St. Louis Rivermen have allowed just 16 points per game. That is 2nd fewest in the league, only behind Dakota. Vegas is 3rd, by the way. Rivermen's defense has been as advertised this year. They've given up just 10 touchdowns. That is fewest in the league. Dakota giving up more touchdowns but less overall scoring, as that pass is caught by DR Simeon, and Joe Tillo starts 3 for 3 for 21 yards on Phoenix's opening drive. So New Orleans and San Diego will be our 2nd game to kick off on the Game Day Gauntlet, and that will start in about 17 minutes. We hope you all have had a good week so far. On a little draw, counter, nicely done. DJ Simeon picking up 9 yards, and Phoenix so far on this opening drive is Diaz with the tackle for the Rivermen. But so far on the opening drive for Phoenix, they are putting in the work. Against this Rivermen front, this is Simeon, who does not wait for his blocker, but does pick up a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Will Todd on the stop. Todd so far this season, 66 total tackles, 8 TFLs, a sack to his name, 10 pass breakups, as Simeon's going to lose a yard in the backfield, actually lose 2 as Thomas makes the tackle. Week 8 of 16 here in the UFL before the playoffs, and all these teams jostling for seeding. Of course, the higher your seed is, the less playoff games you'll have to play. It's a double elimination bracket, and that's when every team sort of gets situated in their personnel and with their playbook ahead of the Gauntlet in its own right, the postseason of 2026. That handoff gets a few more. Robert Brady Jr. with the tackle. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Phoenix. Tillo calls Chris Andrews in motion. And Tillo had Sansbino open in the flat, but needs a 1st down. So Tillo going to try to scramble for it. Sansbino moved his defender out of the way. Tillo not necessarily a running quarterback. He only has 8 yards on 7 carries this season, as Tillo will get near a 1st down, but not quite there. We'll see what Phoenix does. Too far to go for it, and it looks like too far to kick a 53-yard field goal. So St. Louis's defense is going to come up strong when it counts on the Skyhawks opening possession, but a beautiful punt from Phoenix is going to die at the 3-yard line. Excellent job there by Davis, and that's going to pin Karen Koizumi and the Rivermen offense back deep. Never too early to look ahead to next week. We've got another gauntlet coming up in 5 days. Los Angeles takes on Minnesota, Chicago at Dakota, Wichita at Miami, Rochester at Phoenix, and New York at St. Louis. The final game of the Gauntlet on Sunday afternoon. The handoff goes to Junior McCray, and he explodes for a 14-yard pickup for the Rivermen and a St. Louis 1st down. Nicely done from Junior. So far this season, 11th in the league in rushing yards per game at 73.1. He's got 512 total yards and 3 rushing touchdowns this season. A stacked look here out of St. Louis. Koizumi going to throw for the first time today, and that pass is complete up to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 12. That catch made by Central House for a first down. We got the battle of father and sons in this game. Junior McCray, Dynamite McCray, DJ Simeon, DR Simeon, as McCray is brought down in the backfield for a loss of 3 on the play. Hernandez with his first tackle. Demond talking about his rushing defense. Phoenix 9th in the league in total defense. Rushing defense, Phoenix 15th in the league, giving up 134.1 rushing yards per game. Coming up in about 12 minutes, New Orleans' last-ranked run defense against San Diego's top-ranked rushing offense. A severe mismatch there as New Orleans tries to turn the tables, but San Diego is their own mismatch as they have given up big lead after big lead all season long that has led to their 2-5 demise here in the early part of the season. On 3rd down and 11, Phoenix jumps offside. That is going to help the Rivermen out to set us up with a 3rd down and 6. Certainly a bad time for a penalty there, although win is a good time for a penalty. Jack Gustafson, or Gustafest E, 4490 in the chat. This is Koizumi off a blitz from Phoenix, and it's almost intercepted. Nicely done there by the Phoenix defense, applying pressure on Koizumi, and the Rivermen will have to punt it away. Back-to-back punts to start the drive. That was a dangerous ball looking for Angel Maldonado over the middle, and it was way overthrown. Beasley in coverage. That's right. Price might run for 300, but Wildcats still got to get the W. Payne Price, 818 yards and 5 touchdowns this season. But it's Chris Allure out of Salt Lake, who we'll see later against Minnesota, who leads the league in rushing touchdowns with 8 in 7 games. So 5:07 to go in the first quarter. Each team has had a possession. We are scoreless in Phoenix. Handoff on a draw. There goes DJ. Picking up 7 yards. Setting up a 2nd down and 3 for Phoenix. New York and Dakota at the top of each conference. Austin and St. Louis follow them. We'll see Austin in a little while hosting Miami. It looked like St. Louis jumped offside. No call, and a sack is made. Sammy Diaz with the takedown. I thought they're off that right side, which was actually where the pressure initially got to Tillo. I thought that was an offside, and Simeon tried to make a block and just whiffed. Both teams applying some good pressure here in the first quarter.
Set, 10-2 stop. Go.
Champion wants to know how he can claim his player. Tillo's pass is incomplete. Colin Douglas knocked it away. The website is YOUFL.football. YOUFL.football. Slim Diaz with that half a sack earlier. I called him Sammy for some reason. I think Champion might be going Dallas, just based off of what I've seen from him in chat. And St. Louis getting the stop. Maldonado with a couple of shifty moves. Gets it to the 32-yard line with 3:47 to go here in the opening quarter. Koizumi trots back out there for her second possession of the game.
Ready. 6
The handoff goes to Junior McCray, getting to the 45-yard line. And Champion, by the way, on the website, it says that Freddie Grady is available. Freddie Grady is not available. He was claimed by Miles Savage. I got to update that page. The kicker, a pair of cornerbacks are available for Dallas. Yeah, Maverick, we were hoping to debut some throwback uniforms this year, but CJ Zilligan having a busy family life year in 2026, and we had to push that project back. That is all the great designer of the UFL, CJ Zilligan. So we hope to see some of those uniforms next year in the Archive Revive series. Koizumi on a 2nd down and 10, dropping a throw. That pass is complete. That is not Homer J on the outside, but Saren Sorowski with the catch. First down to the Phoenix 44-yard line. San Diego also just recently had a player claimed just a couple days ago, Champion. I'm just trying to give you the most up-to-date information as I was under the weather last week. The strong safety Rashawn Favors was claimed, but there's plenty of openings in San Diego. And they got a good team over there led by Payne Price, Zach Holdorf and company. 2nd and 10 for St. Louis off the Koizumi miss, and Junior McCray is going to be dropped in the backfield. That's Adam Watts with the takedown. Now it's 3rd and 12. St. Louis still in a scoreless first quarter. Maverick, inspiration. What is the what's the phrase? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, or something like that. So if you're able to create your own football league and teams, by all means, more power to you. It is not for the faint of heart, as that ball is knocked up in the air and intercepted. Phoenix with a takeaway at the 30 and returning up to the 43. That is Broadway with the interception. And for the first time today, we have some fireworks here. Clark Broadway, the 2nd strong safety on the depth chart. Haven't heard much from Broadway this season, as the ball was punched out of Homer J's hands and into the hands of Broadway. Broadway 16 tackles, surprisingly 4 sacks out of that hybrid safety spot this season. With a TFL, that is his first interception. And the 6th interception overall for Phoenix. 1:53 to go in the first quarter. The Skyhawks on their 3rd possession. Still in a scoreless football game as DJ Simeon's hitting the backfield, but still manages to pick up 3 yards. Yeah, quarterback does fill fast. We hardly ever have any openings in both leagues. 2nd down and 7. As Tillo drops to throw, and Andrews makes the catch, yoinked down at the St. Louis 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Andrews' first catch of the day. Happy Gauntlet Day to you as well, Michael Turillo. 3rd down and 1. The handoff goes to Simeon. He's got a first down up to the 42-yard line of St. Louis as we quickly approach the end of the first quarter. New Orleans and San Diego is kicking off in 4 minutes as we await our first numbers of the day off the board. Yeah, that is a rarity. I think that's the first time this season on Gauntlet, unless Phoenix scores right here, that we had a scoreless opening quarter on the Gauntlet. A little counter again to Simeon, picking up 6 yards. Simeon averaging 5 yards a carry against this rushing defense of St. Louis that gives up 119 yards a game. That's just 10th in the UFL They've been a little leaky in that department. And that is the end of a scoreless first quarter in Phoenix. Skyhawks hanging with the Rivermen, trying to win their third in a row.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Tillo throws it outside. Sansbino couldn't turn the corner. He's going to wind up 2 yards shy of the first down. Third down and short at the 34-yard line. This is Tillo, and it was looking for a comeback route, but not ran precise enough. And we'll see what Phoenix does with a 4th down and 2. It would be an over 50 field goal, 51-yard field goal from here. To get Phoenix on the board, and our first numbers off the board today on the Gauntlet from 51 yards away. That kick is good. Over 50-3. Your first numbers off the board today. We'll have those bingo numbers up for you once we hit the double box here very shortly. Phoenix breaks the stalemate. The storm sirens are going off. Not in actuality, just in the stadium, not necessarily outside my window. Sorry to hear you're not feeling well, JW. That kick is deep and out of the back of the end zone, so the Rivermen will start at the 25-yard line. Karen Koizumi so far today, just 2 of 6 for 23 yards and an interception. Yeah, no, he's in the stadium. Handoff, that is not McCray, that is instead Wright, and Wright's got a first down to the 36-yard line. Teray Wright, picked up in the offseason. That's one of his best runs of the year. Wright with a previously long run of 11, and he got 11 on that carry, so we were dead on. Just 52 yards on 20 carries for Wright so far this season. Does have a touchdown. But he has really struggled in this St. Louis offense to start the season.
Set, ready, 30 base.
First and 10 at the 36. The handoff goes to McCray, who's back in, getting to the 39-yard line. Second and 7 out of the empty backfield. And it looks like San Diego and New Orleans is about to kick off. Sorry about that. We had some sort of malfunction there with our feed. We're all set now. However, we need our bingo numbers. And there we have it.
Come on, fellas.
So again, Y, O, and U are your potential bingo winnings today?
Oh, good night, baby. Good night, baby.
Yes, champion. It does. All of this is not free. It takes a village to run the UFL, and so there is a subscription required by having a player on the field. That is an interception for San Diego on the, was that the second play of the game? Alien with the interception for the Wildcats. How about that? Emmanuel Blackman on his first pass of the day. Where was that going? Devin Sparks was the intended target. It wasn't even close. As Phoenix gets a carry of 5, it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Skyhawks. Tillo over the middle. That is caught for a pickup of 5 yards on the play. That is a first down. DJ Simeon on the catch. That's his second. Bunch to the left for San Diego as we are getting underway from California. Payne Price on the toss. Gets nothing there. As mentioned earlier, the number 1 rushing offense in San Diego, 209.7 rushing yards per game against the league's worst run defense, as St. Louis almost got the interception there, 147.3 yards a game allowed. 3rd down and 4, and Zach Holdorf going to take off and run. He's got a first down and more. Jukin and jiving down to the 15-yard line. Simeon on the carry up to the 37-yard line. And handoff to Simeon as a first down to midfield. And San Diego is in the red zone at the 12-yard line. That's Payne Price. 10 yards on 3 carries. Will pick up 2nd down and 6. Hand off to Price. Again, New Orleans is there. Just 11 yards on his first 4 carries. Faisal Woods with the tackle. So far, so good for New Orleans' run defense.
50, plant.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. This is Holdorf over the middle. That is an 11-yard touchdown. R.E. Mills with the score, and San Diego takes advantage of the Emmanuel Blackman interception and gets their first touchdown on the board. And our first of the day here on the Game Day Gauntlet. The extra point is good. That'll give us 11 and 7 off the board as San Diego takes early advantage off the interception from New Orleans. The good news for the Claws is that their run defense looked pretty solid on that opening drive, which was a point of emphasis today. For San Diego, their point of emphasis is to just not blow the game. Don't give up big plays. Don't give up big leads. Just try to not screw it up, basically, because San Diego's definitely one of those teams at 2-5 that you feel like there's no way they should be 2-5. As that punt from Phoenix goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 6:01 to go in the second quarter there, and it's 3-0. Skyhawks still shutting out the Rivermen as that kickoff went off the left upright. New Orleans back to work. Oh, Domino's stuffed crust pizza. That's a great one, Brett. Mark calling for bingo. He definitely does not have it. 11 is an unusual number. As the handoff goes to Ray Chapatulis, picking up 4. First down and 10. Koizumi drops to throw, and that is a completion of 6 yards. Karen Koizumi, 5 of 10 for 42 yards. Anthony Strangio, Flash, with the $5 super chat. How would I go about joining SFL as well? Really interested in expanding to that. That would be simfl, simfl.net. And it works very similar to the UFL. Join the Discord community, and you can claim a player today, although you do start in the minor league in the SFL, because that league is so much older and has so much fewer unclaimed spots, but it's a fun time building your player. Yeah, you clear your card, Mac, tonight, and your winning designs are the letter Y, O, or U, and we've got pictures of that in the channel in the Discord server. Karen Koizumi gets sacked there by Phoenix. Another stop, AJ Gordon off the edge. Second down and 10 for New Orleans, and Ray Chapatulis is dropped in the backfield. Third down and 14. St. Louis has to punt again. How about this Phoenix defense tonight? 9th in the league in scoring allowed at 23.4. St. Louis 10th in the league in scoring at 21.1, but they have not sniffed the end zone tonight. Third down and 14 for New Orleans at the 34-yard line. As that is a first down from Emmanuel Blackman. Mark, if you're not in the UFL, I don't know that you have access to those bingo cards tonight. But no, it is not the same design as the goalpost. .312 to go in the first half as Tillo throws to the sideline, picking up 8. 8 of 15 for 52 yards. Blackman now with a fresh set of downs after the completion. He goes over the middle. That pass is caught down to the 29-yard line of San Diego. Michael Osbury with the catch, his second for 36 yards.
Check 56. 65.
5:40 to go in the first quarter. Handoff to Ray Chapatulis. Going to pick up a couple. Miami and Austin kicking off at about 9 minutes. We apologize that Engagerly has been down today. Again, that's not our software. Have not received word from the developers. And I even had tried to ask their AI bot, and that obviously wasn't working either. Monitoring everything here at VFN headquarters. We've got a 3-0 game in favor of Phoenix with 2:07 to go in the first half. New Orleans is driving. They're at the 10-yard line. And the handoff goes to Scott. He's going to pick up a yard. New Orleans trailing 7-0 with 4:23 to go in the first quarter. What do you want to know about the PC specs, JW? Try to pull it up for you. Handoff gets to the 2-yard line, and the Claws are dangerously close to their first points. 3rd and 2 at the 2. They can get it inside the half-yard line for a first down. Daniel Alvarez with the catch, his second for 32 yards. New Orleans looking to punch it in here with 3:25 to go from the 2-yard line. Blackman going to throw for it. Blackman into traffic. That is incomplete. Two-minute warning in Phoenix. Now on 4th and 2 at the 2. What is New Orleans going to do? Like the idea there from Blackman. You can see what he was looking at with Osbury, but that one is deflected away. Karen 7 of 12 now for St. Louis, but has done minimal damage. 19-yard field goal for New Orleans is good. So 19 is your next number off the board. Some interesting numbers here in the early stages of the game day gauntlet. Karen Koizumi going to take off and run on a first down. Koizumi up to the 40-yard line of Phoenix with 90 seconds to go. Yeah, about every nice throw there from Koizumi. That's a first down to the 21-yard line of Phoenix, 1:05 to go. JW here at VFN headquarters, we replace our equipment every 7 years. We've obviously had to do it twice, or once, I guess. We got new equipment pre-COVID and then upgraded a couple years ago. So about 7 years. 7 years is going to be your shelf life before things start to really kind of bog down on you. Might be time. Let's see if St. Louis can get on the board before the half. 48 seconds to go in the first half. Koizumi going to tuck it and run. Looking for a block, and it got away from Watts. So did Holdorf on a first down to the 34-yard line. So a second down and 3 now coming up for St. Louis. They're holding on to those timeouts. The Phoenix 14. Koizumi dropping a throw. That pass is complete. Homer J stretching down to the 4. Timeout with 21 seconds. .235 to go in the first quarter. Holdorf on a little out route. His second completion of the day, 2 for 2 for 18 yards and that touchdown. It's Mills' second catch as well. First and goal, 21 seconds to go. It's going to be Koizumi from 4 yards out, and a rushing touchdown for Karen. Gets us a 4 on the board. St. Louis just before the half breaks the 0 and might head to the locker room with the lead in Phoenix. Hand off to Payne Price for the first time today with a little bit of running room to the 42-yard line of New Orleans. Second down and inches coming up for San Diego. Extra point for St. Louis is up and good. So 4 is off the board on second and short. Price gets the first down up to the New Orleans 40-yard line. 7-3 St. Louis, 7-3 San Diego, just about a quarter apart. Miami and Austin kicking off in about 4 minutes. Price picks up 2. The Don says offense is finally awake, certainly. Over there in St. Louis. End of the first quarter in California. Go. 13 seconds left as Phoenix trying to do something with the end of the first half drive. All day for Tillo to throw. He's just going to launch it down the field off a deflection. That could have been caught. Not a bad effort there from Tillo with 3 seconds on the clock.
60 outlaw.
Let's go 3rd down and 4. San Diego at the New Orleans 34-yard line. Holdorf zips one to the sideline. That is complete to the 19-yard line. Holdorf 3 of 3 for 33 yards and a touchdown. Nicholas McCray with a 15-yard catch. It is halftime in Phoenix, a low-scoring affair, 7-3 St. Louis.
Check 56. Watch the run.
Ready.
Holdorf on a fresh set of downs, trying to get away. How did Zach Holdorf get away? All the way down to the 3, a pickup of 16 yards. I'm not going to call him a magician because that's Ethan Flowers' nickname, but that was pretty spectacular there from Zach Holdorf.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
1st and goal at the 3.
Now.
Holdorf making New Orleans defense looking stupid. Payne Price breaks a tackle and is in for the touchdown. That was from 3 yards out, so no new numbers there, as San Diego takes a 13-3 advantage. Extra point coming for San Diego. That kick is up, and it is good. 14-3, San Diego on top of New Orleans. Now will Emmanuel Blackman now respond through a pick on his first pass of the game to Ilian. And so far this season, that was Ilian's first interception. The team leader was Rashawn Favors with 2. He just got picked up this week. That new player for San Diego, Ricky Tidwell, is the newest claimed player in San Diego.
We got this.
And yeah, new number 14 on the board, says JW. All right, let's get it rocking in Austin. Miami and Austin about to kick off here on the Game Day Gauntlet. Austin 5-2, second place in the West, but they have lost 2 straight. Miami is also struggling. They're at 3-4, playing yet another cross-conference game. They've had a lot of that so far. New Orleans went deep. That pass is incomplete. Chris Phillips in the chat asking, how did Vegas get to 2-5? Vegas has had a very interesting season. We'll talk about them a little bit more as we get closer to kickoff there in Rochester. But every game for Vegas except one of them has been decided by 2 scores. And was decided by 1 score, rather. And the one game that was decided by more than 1 score was a 34-20 loss to Miami, when Miami had 2 pick sixes in the red zone, as Ray Chapatulis will actually lose a couple of yards on a 3rd down screen attempt. It'll be 4th down. That one nearly taken away by St. Louis, as we are firmly in the triple box now, and we're starting to roll here on the Game Day Gauntlet. We have a very active chat here tonight, and we love that. As we try to keep up with all the action and all your action in the chat. Joe Tillo going long on 3rd and 10. One-on-one coverage, and it's at the feet of Andy Sands, off of his hands. 9 of 21 so far today for Joe Tillo, as Bullet Boletsky's ripped down by his face mask. Austin in the Battle Reds today. Miami in their black road pants.
Let's go, fellas.
Automatic first down.
Justin Reside, you are correct. Coming in during the triple box, Payne Price with another carry. 40 yards, 11 carries. New Orleans has been decent on him thus far. It's a tall task for the New Orleans Claws today. And that run defense going up against the #1 rushing team. Tiberius Bovine with the catch on the near side. 2 for 2 for 28 yards so far for Rob Crone. Those 2-5 Vegas Devils at the winless Rochester Pioneers tonight. As Fowler makes the tackle for Austin. That kickoff in about 17 minutes.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
They flip outside on a 3rd down and 4. Payne Price has all the moves. Holdorf is 5 for 5. And Rob Crone is 3 for 3. 29 yards. He finds Boletsky on a little out route. Out of the backfield, 2nd down and 1. Karen Koizumi on 2nd down and 8 has a St. Louis first down. She's 14 of 19 for 128 yards, and that interception. Central House's 3rd catch of the night. There's a penalty marker in Austin. Let's check it.
Holding offense.
It's a hold on Miami, so that wipes away the first down. Derek Bailey's called. Now we got a penalty in Phoenix. There's movement on the St. Louis front. Handoff goes to Payne Price up the middle for San Diego. He's going to pick up about 6. And on 2nd down and 11 for Miami, a minimal gain there. Read option, Koizumi. How about that play from St. Louis's rushing quarterback? 4 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown, and St. Louis has a first down. Into Phoenix territory at the 49-yard line as Price pushes ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 48.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Check, 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 check.
7-3 St. Louis, 14-3 San Diego. No score in Austin. Is that game just getting underway? Crone's got a man open. That's Doc Holliday down to the 17-yard line, picking up 22 yards. Another flag in Phoenix. It's a face mask on the Skyhawks. That's going to move St. Louis to the Phoenix 33-yard line as the Rivermen try to go up by 2 scores. For the first time today, Price takes the handoff. He's going to lose a yard in the backfield. 3rd down and 8 coming up for San Diego.
15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line for Crone and the Pirates. Crone with a standing tall in the pocket, gets dragged down at the 14-yard line. It's a 3-yard gain. We'll set up a 2nd down and 7 at the 14. 2nd and 6 for St. Louis at the Phoenix 28-yard line.
Check, check. 9. Russell run. They're running it.
They throw a little bubble, and it is blown up. Good defense there from Phoenix. That's the 6th tackle already for Bennett. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Rivermen. That is a touchdown for Tiberius Bovine. We missed it live, but Crone throws it to Bovine, and Bovine just gets inside the pylon. That is Bovine's 2nd touchdown of the season. And that one goes for 14 yards, so not a new number off the board there just yet. But Miami on their opening drive goes a little less than 4 minutes. The Pirates take a 7-0 advantage on Austin. Koizumi on a 3rd down and 6. Has a first down to the 22-yard line and will continue the drive for the Rivermen. Rob Crone went 6 of 6 for 67 yards on that opening drive for Miami. Zach Holdorf zipping one inside the 10. And we got to go back to San Diego because San Diego is back in the red zone, down to the 6-yard line. Kyron Rucker's first catch for 21 yards. Koizumi at the 22-yard line, lost the ball. It's picked up by St. Louis. Oh, bad luck for the Phoenix Skyhawks. They had an opportunity to pick up a loose football halfway through the third quarter. Koizumi took off and ran, and then it actually got kicked forward right to a lineman. First and goal at the 6-yard line for San Diego, and Price is dropped in the backfield, a loss of a yard and a half. 52 yards on 16 carries. Again, New Orleans, pretty decent effort on the league's top rusher. But he's getting a lot of volume in this first half. Junior McCray, not much there either, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 9 for St. Louis. Mike Woodstone dropped for a loss in the backfield by McGee. From 8 yards out. Oh, wow. Payne Price just walked it in. An 8-yard San Diego touchdown. And a St. Louis touchdown in the back corner of the end zone. That is Angel Maldonado with the score. Oh, that's a pretty ball. Did Maldonado get the feed in? Oh, that's a good look. Double tap, 22 yards out, 8 and 22 off the board.
The previous play is under review.
21 is also off the board as San Diego scores once more. Chris Phillips, you can check your stats on the website at youfl.football. Just click the, go into the statistics section and click on Vegas, and you'll see every stat from the Vegas Devils. So far this season, you've got 25 tackles, 6 pass breakups, and some change. That extra point is good for St. Louis. So it's 14-3 Rivermen, 21-3 San Diego, with 2:15 to go in the first half. And Austin's got a punt on their first drive. 7-0 Miami. Ray so far today, 5 carries, 24 yards, but they're going to need more out of Emmanuel Blackman. They want to come back and win this one. San Diego burying the claws at the moment, but San Diego has a knack for blowing big leads this season. Blackman will check it down into the flat, got a wide open receiver down to the 39-yard line. I think Maldonado got both of those toes tapped, Justin. It was close. At first glance, I didn't think that he got in. But that pylon cam was pretty good for me. Ellie says, good morning, VFN. Good morning. I guess that's tagging me. Good morning, Ellie. Hand off to Simeon on a little draw. Simeon will pick up 5 yards. 68 yards on 14 carries for Simeon. And Zach Cobb just got an interception in San Diego. Boletsky's got a first down. Another errant throw from Emmanuel Blackman. This one looking for Chapatulis in the middle of the field, and Cobb got to go a little low for it, but otherwise not a big deal. That is a bad pass for Blackman. When it rains, it pours. First down for Miami at the 32-yard line with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Boletsky again is loose. 19 yards on his first 4 carries. Another move of the sticks for the Pirates as Tillo drops to throw. That pass is caught by Chris Andrews. Phoenix trying to get the gears turning. Now 10 of 22 for Tillo. First down as Andrews gets his second catch. Sir Jefferson, an unclaimed wide receiver for San Diego. with that last reception. Buck Wild out of bounds at midfield, and Rob Crone's off to a 7-for-7 start.
Ready.
Let's go, D. It's gonna be a long day offense.
Get it.
Holdorf going to take off and run. They have not had any answers for Holdorf today. 54 yards on 4 carries. Chris Andrews with another catch up to the St. Louis 24. Deep shot for Rob Crone. He's got Terrell Cooper down to the 25-yard line. 8 of 8 for Crone for 99 yards. Miami throwing the ball throwing and running all over the yard. Holdorf is taking off again on New Orleans and picking up a first down to the 10-yard line. .245 to go in the third quarter. As Simeon takes the handoff, Phoenix is now into the red zone. San Diego's in the red zone, and Holdorf's in for a 10-yard rushing scamper. San Diego all over New Orleans. They now have 14 points off of turnovers. Off of the 2 interceptions, 13, extra point pending. Tillo going to the end zone. That pass in the back of the end zone is caught for a score. That is an 18-yard score for Phoenix. Chris Andrews. The Skyhawks are back in it. Beautiful catch for Andrews in the back of the end zone. The extra point is good for San Diego. 10 and 28 off the board. All Wildcats in the first half. A deep shot for Miami into the end zone. That's incomplete, and it's 4th down Pirates. Handoff Simeon. That's a 2-point try that's good. 11 was already off the board, though, but Phoenix gets 8 points on that drive, makes it 14-11 late in the third in Arizona. Yeah, 18 off the board. Missed it on my sheet there, so there we go. We got it. There's a field goal for Miami. Let's get the distance on that. Malik Torrance with that pass breakup. Emmanuel Blackman in the first half, 7 of 12 for 71 yards and 2 picks. That's a 39-yard field goal for Miami. Well, there's another new number off the board. Karen Koizumi, 16 of 21, 140 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Vegas and Rochester kicks off in 5 minutes. Hand off to McCray. He'll get 7 on the carry, 41 yards on 11 carries. Yes, the numbers are cooking. When Vegas and Rochester kicks off, though, the numbers will leave the screen. And they will leave the screen until the conclusion of New Orleans and San Diego. About 40 minutes time, so just keep track with your ears on those numbers until we bring them back up later in the show. 3rd down and 3 for St. Louis. This is a big one with 1:22 to go in the third. Can Phoenix get the stop following their touchdown and 2-point conversion? Shy, Ronnie, and Austin's got to get moving. That pass is caught for St. Louis, but getting dragged back behind the line of scrimmage. There's another interception for Blackman. This is Diggs with the pick. The 3rd interception of Blackman in the first half. San Diego is rolling. Another just completely ill-advised throw from Blackman. Emmanuel Blackman this season, only 6 interceptions in 7 games. There goes Mike Churchill. 75-yard touchdown, Austin. And the Lone Stars are back in it. Finally, some offense from the boys and girls in red. A crosser over the middle. Look at Holdorf scrambling. He's got another near first down. 3rd down and 2 coming up for San Diego. 17 carries, 84 yards for DJ Simeon. Here come the Skyhawks towards the end of the third quarter. A 75-yard score for Mike Churchill. Churchill's dipped to 4th in the league in receiving average, but that last one will help. He now has 9 touchdowns. That is most in the league by a receiver. Mia Pangori coming into the week actually leads the league in receiving yards with 104.7 per game and 7 touchdowns. There goes Simeon breaking a tackle. Simeon to the 42-yard line of St. Louis, and Phoenix cooking late in the third quarter. Holdorf, end zone, touchdown, 12 yards out. Pour it on, Wildcats, have a day. That's R.E. Mills' second of the day.
On the double.
End of the third quarter in Phoenix.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Skyhawks making a push. Extra point for San Diego is good, and that is 35 in the first half for the Wildcats, burying the Claws 35-3. They have 21 points off of 3 interceptions. Simeon's got a first down to the St. Louis 31-yard line. Rob Crone's pass to Buck Wild, getting it to the 31. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Ready. Yeah. Mike 58 right there. Yeah. You don't want none. Fire.
This is Tillo with a first down and 10 up to the 26-yard line. Brings up second down and 5 for Phoenix. 10 seconds to go in the first half. 35-3. New Orleans getting decked in San Diego. Beletsky has a third down and short coming up. Tillo on a second down and 5. Looking as he's hit. The pass is caught by Andrews. First down to the Rivermen 13-yard line with 10:40 to go in the ball game.
Ready. 15. Line.
Oh, that ball popped up in the air and out of bounds. Buck Wild furious, getting up and wanting a PI. This is Tillo. Near side, nearly intercepted. 14 of 28 for a buck 39. You could see that Buck Wild
Let's go. 68.
being face guarded. I didn't really see a ton of contact there.
Hey, 4 down. Ready.
In the red zone is Phoenix down to the 6-yard line now. Austin gets a stop, so the Lone Stars are starting to turn things around. Let's go to the quad box. Welcome to Rochester. No rain tonight in New York as the Pioneers in their red and white will try to finally get a victory as they will take on the Vegas Devils in the white and black tonight. It is mercilessly, finally, halftime in New Orleans, or in San Diego, 35-3. Wildcats all over the Claws in the first half. 4th and inches, Phoenix is going to kick the field goal. This is a 20-yard field goal. They're going to take the points to tie the game, and that kick is good. So 20 is your first number off the board since we hit the quad box. End of the first quarter in Austin, 10-7. Miami on top by a field goal. We're tied at 14 now in Phoenix, where the Skyhawks have scored 11 unanswered. 35-3 in San Diego, unless New Orleans has a significant comeback in them. That game has not been competitive thanks to Emmanuel Blackman's 3 picks. He's only had 6 in his first 7 games. A terrible, dreadful first half, as Mika Friday's got a catch for Austin up to the 38-yard line. Let's go back to Austin, where Mike Woodstone's got a carry, picking up 3. Only 6 yards on 4 carries. Woodstone coming off that really rough outing against the Dallas Talons, as Junior McCray gets to the 42-yard line. 2nd and 3 coming up for St. Louis as they try to get the lead back. Fumble! Shirani lost the ball. It's picked up by Woodstone. It's a loss of 8 yards. McGee on the sack. There goes Payne Price. First down to the 48-yard line. One of his best runs of the day. San Diego gets the ball to start the second half. This is a deep throw, and Matt Wilson throws an interception. Chris Phillips here to watch himself play football, and he gets an interception in the first 90 seconds of the game. Wilson, a dreadful overthrow. And Vegas will take over in Rochester territory quickly to start the contest. Oh, great throw from Koizumi over the defense for a first down. Deep shot, Austin, down to the 4-yard line of Miami. Ronnie's 5 of 6, and Annie Beaverhausen's got one from 64 yards out. The big play offense of the Austin Lone Stars has them 4 yards away from taking the lead after their early deficit. Deep shot for San Diego into the end zone is knocked away and incomplete. Just Holdorf's 2nd incompletion. 1st and 10 for St. Louis. They are driving inside the Phoenix 30. This is Ronnie back of the end zone. That is deflected and incomplete. And up to Payne Price, dropped in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for St. Louis. Handoff to McCray. Makes a man miss. He'll get to the 27. Ronnie will hand it off to Woodstone. Woodstone is stonewalled at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up for Austin as Miami looks for a stop. A 3rd down and 6 at the 26-yard line for St. Louis. This is Koizumi going to take off and run. Karen is just shy of the first down. 3rd and goal, Austin. That's an overthrow and out of the back of the end zone. Well, 4th down and 1 for St. Louis. What are they going to do? Holdorf on a 3rd and 12 will end up well short. Matt Chima's going deep, and that one's incomplete. There's a fumble, another block kick. They block the field goal. Phoenix has the football at the St. Louis 47 with 5:42 to go in the quarter. San Diego's field goal is no good. The 20-yard field goal for Austin is good, but St. Louis has their field goal blocked, and now Phoenix has the football in St. Louis territory with a chance to take the lead. How about that from the Phoenix Skyhawks, coming up clutch here in the 4th quarter? And Vegas has to punt. They go nowhere. In fact, they lost 2 yards on their opening possession. They do nothing with the Chris Phillips interception. Now Tillo over the middle gets a block to spring Sansbino down to the St. Louis 33-yard line. Holdorf's off to the races again for San Diego. No, check that. That's another interception. San Diego off the missed field goal. I'm losing myself here in the quad box. Off the missed field goal, Blackman throws his 4th pick. He threw it right to another guy. What is going on with New Orleans' offense today? He just throws it right to him. Blackman all out of sorts today. Tillo to the near side. That pass is caught at the St. Louis 29-yard line. Holdorf 10 of 12 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns, as Boletsky's got another strong carry. 2nd and 3 at their own 31. Phoenix is San Diego and Phoenix closest to scoring position. Holdorf deep into the end zone, and it's intercepted. New Orleans with a pick. They get it right back. Johnson with the takeaway, and that stops the bleeding a little bit for New Orleans.
18 Gator. Come off the ball. Ready.
I can handle whatever's thrown at me. Sansbino gets to the 22-yard line. 4:30 to go. Tie game at 14. Here come the Skyhawks. Hand off Boletsky. He's got more running room for Miami all the way up to the 48-yard line. 47 yards on 8 carries for Bullet. Blackman 9 of 17 for 76 yards and 4 picks.
Ready, set.
58 to Mike. Know your job.
Dude, that second puberty is because of this, whatever this is that I've had all week. It's killing me. Simeon up to the 9. That is a 1st and goal for Phoenix. 3:55 to go in the 4th in a tie game.
Ready. 60.
Rochester's got a 2nd and 7 at the 20. Hand off to Chapatulas. She's got a 1st down to the 30. This is Tillo from 9 yards out, dumping that off. No gain. Well, actually got about a half a yard up to the 8-yard line.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. Put up.
3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Upper left-hand corner is what we're focused on. Tillo and the Skyhawks locked in a tie game, and that is a sack for Seastrunk. Boletsky's off to the races again for Miami down to the Austin 28-yard line. Matt Wilson almost had a completion to Evan Wood. Bullet finally looking like the Boletsky we saw last season. Boletsky so far this season just is 8th in the league in rushing. 83 yards a game, has 4 touchdowns. A deep punt for Rochester actually goes into the end zone. So Chima and the Devils will start with it at their 20-yard line. This is a completion over the middle on 3rd down and goal to, I believe, Hakeem Manu-Maluna, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. So Phoenix will have an opportunity to take the lead with a 23-yard field goal with 2:16 to play. Boletsky again with a 6-yard carry, 71 rushing yards in the first half. Jack Nitro spinning off of tackles. 23-yard field goal for Phoenix is good. They have scored 14 unanswered points, and they take a 17-14 lead. So since we got into the quad box, 20, 17, and 23 have come off the board for your bingo cards. Terrell Cooper gives Miami a 1st and goal with 4:40 to go in the first half. The Pirates and Lone Stars racking up the yards in the first half, but not necessarily the points. 3rd down and 1 for Rochester. Or for Vegas, that is, and that's Nitro with a 1st down to the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
59 Mike. Check. 59.
Miami 9 yards away, trying to retake the lead. A play fake from Crone. A clean pocket. Crone's pass is off target, looking for Wild coming back to the football. 2:13 to go in the 4th quarter. This is our pressure point right now. St. Louis down 3, trying to avoid falling to 5-3 and making next week's game against New York mean just a little bit less in terms of the show-stopping headlines. Gordon with the sack for Phoenix, so it's 2nd down and 18 coming up. 2-minute warning there. 4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still 35-3 in San Diego. This is a 3rd and goal handoff, and Boletsky didn't get there. Mac Waller with the stop, his third tackle. Now it's 4th and goal at the 1 for Miami. What are they going to do? 1 still not off the board. Hand off to Chapatulas, didn't get there on 3rd down and 3. Koizumi on a 2nd down and 18, going to take off and run. And a vicious hit at the 29-yard line. Will be a 1st down. This is an 18-yard field goal for Miami. That kick is good. 13 comes off the board. 20, 17, 23, and 13 since we hit the quad box. And that is a big-time handoff to right for Vegas down to the Rochester 22 on 4th down. New Orleans converts the 4th down. They go for it down 32 with 3:20 to go in the 3rd, and they get it. $150 to go in the 4th quarter following the face mask penalty. 2nd and 5, St. Louis on their own 49-yard line. Koizumi deep down the field somehow finds a wide open receiver to the Phoenix 27-yard line. Maldonado, the speedster, getting loose. 3rd catch for 51 yards. No huddle with 90 seconds to go. Vegas is in the red zone down to the 10-yard line. Koizumi into the end zone, out of the hands. I thought that was a catch. $125 left, 27 yards away from taking the lead, or St. Louis could tie with a field goal. Koizumi fires, slant, caught. Howes another face mask on Phoenix. They are collapsing. False start on Austin. New Orleans down to the 9-yard line of San Diego as they try to mount a massive comeback with 150 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Austin's got to catch out of bounds to the 23-yard line. 1:20 left. That stops the clock. That penalty from the 7. Koizumi, Junior McCray, touchdown St. Louis. What a drive, aided by 2 face mask penalties on the Skyhawks. 1:17 left for Phoenix to do something with it. Chapatulas from the 9 won't get in, and it's 4th and goal now, Vegas from the 6. And that pass from Shai Ronnie was way off target. Austin will have to punt again on 4th and 12. The extra point is good, and St. Louis now up 21-17. Ray from 7 yards out. Touchdown, New Orleans. This is a 23-yard field goal for Vegas, and through all that scoring, no new numbers off the board. 3-0 Vegas, 35-9, extra point pending San Diego, 21-17 St. Louis, 1:17 to go in the 4th quarter. Miami's up 13-10 with 2:17 to go in the 1st half. Rob Crone dropping a throw, and a face mask on Austin. Boy, these defenders hyper aggressive right now. And the extra point for New Orleans is good. Flash, you can come out of hiding now. 53 seconds to go in the 3rd. 35-10, San Diego on top of New Orleans. And I think if I was San Diego, all I'd be thinking after giving up that touchdown is, oh no, not again. 2:06 to go in the quarter. And Beletsky completes that to Wild. 1st down to the 19-yard line. 1:13 left for Phoenix and Joe Tillo. How's their 2-minute offense? Rochester going to get the football back with 1:37 to go in the 1st quarter. We've got Minnesota and Salt Lake kicking off in about 4 minutes at the conclusion of the St. Louis and Phoenix game. We're going to keep it in Phoenix if necessary, as we've got a tight one here. That pass over the middle complete for Miami. Rob Crone is 15 of 19. They're down to the 11-yard line. Tillo on a 2nd down and 10 takes a check down to the running back in the middle of the field, the bane of the UFL's existence. I mean, it's impossible to have in 2-minute offenses. That is an 11-yard touchdown strike for Miami. As I was saying, it's impossible to have that in that 2-minute offense. This is a deep shot from Tillo. One-on-one coverage, and he couldn't make the play. By the way, Doc Holliday with the one-handed catch for Miami. 11 was already off the board. I like that throw from Tillo there. I mean, you got to throw it up to your top receiver just a little bit off target. Looking for Chris Andrews, but Colin Douglas was all over him.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
4th down and 3. And Austin blocked the extra point. Tillo on a 4th down. He's got a first down to the 42-yard line. 38 seconds to go for Phoenix. Clutching to those timeouts to give themselves the maximum amount of resets down the stretch of this game. 26 seconds to go. A 19 was already off the board. Tillo again takes a check down. Timeout Phoenix. Vegas has a first down as we end the first quarter over there. Clutch grab with the catch. Phoenix's 2-minute offense hurting them here in a big moment as the Skyhawks try to erase this very short-lived deficit. Miami, after the blocked extra point, leads 19-10. Tillo taking a shot, looking for a deflection or a PI. Will get neither with 14 seconds to go. New Orleans on a punt return all the way up to the 43-yard line. One of the best punt returns we've seen all season. Marsh with the return for New Orleans. 3rd down and 5 for Tillo. Gonna fire it. That is complete. 8 seconds left. And another reset for Phoenix. Austin's got a first down. Rochester's going the other way. This is an interception return for a score and a Rochester touchdown. A 61-yard return for Joe Allen in double coverage. Easy as you please. 8 seconds to go in Phoenix. Tillo again over the timeout. Phoenix, they're out of timeouts now. And they just have to hope for a hurl and a prayer. To the 43-yard line they go. Phoenix has made a mess of this 2-minute series, but they got one shot here to try to do something with it, or St. Louis is going to come up with a comeback victory. St. Louis in prevent. And Tillo floats one. That's not going to get it done. St. Louis comes from behind and steals one in Phoenix. 21-17, the final. The Skyhawks, a disappointing loss, snaps the win streak, falls to 3-5. St. Louis survives. They get to 6-2, and they set up the showdown in the Eastern Conference next Sunday with the 7-1 New York Lightning. And it's time for the kickoff, our final kickoff of the day in Minneapolis, where Minnesota hosts Salt Lake. The 2-5 Chippers and the 4-3 Hornets coming up next as the Gauntlet's quad box rolls on. Shy Ronnie is sacked. Rip QB, who leads the league in sacks with the takedown, a loss of 7. QB's 9th sack of the season. Kayshawn Lynch and Brandon Bell also had 8 sacks coming into the day, but QB with his 9th. Did you get Chima's updated numbers off that pick 6? 3 of 6 for 58 yards and a touchdown. Ty is here. Chip. And I agree. Horrible 2-minute offense from the Skyhawks. Definitely going to have to look at that heading into their next game, but that's why you have the regular season. You got to work out all the kinks. That's another interception. Brian Schutz with the 5th San Diego interception. And hey, Phoenix lost, but you could have been New Orleans today. 5 picks for Emmanuel Blackman today. He had 6 in his first 7 games And that honestly was the first believable interception. That is a beautiful one-hander from Brian Schutz. Timeout Austin, 28 seconds to go in the first half of play, and the Lone Stars have a shot to score again at the 8-yard line. We've only had 4 numbers called since the quad box, 20, 17, 27, or 23, check that, 23, and 13. And a delay of game on Minnesota. First and goal at the 8-yard line for Austin. This is Shy Ronnie dropping a throw. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. Lone Stars. Annie Beaverhausen with the score, and Austin's within 3. Draw to Payne Price for San Diego. They haven't done much of anything in the second half, but they haven't had to. The extra point for Austin is up and good. Boy, we are on a bingo struggle bus right now. Tyler Falk's got a first down on second down. Doug starts 2 for 2 for 21 yards. Clutch Grab's got a first down to the Rochester 37-yard line. Clutch having a good first half in Rochester. 2 catches, 47 yards. Play action, Doug Falk, he will fire it. It is complete to Tyler Falk up to the 42-yard line. New Orleans will get the ball back with 8:46 to go in the fourth quarter. That is a spectacular punt from San Diego down to the 6-yard line. 19-17, Miami on top of Austin with 24 seconds to go. Deep shot for Minnesota into the end zone, incomplete. Ron's card loaded with 30s and 40s. We haven't had a single 40 called so far, but it is early. 35 and 39 have been called thus far. Bullet Boletsky, 12 carries, 72 yards.
On the double.
Second down for Minnesota across the 50. That pass is incomplete. Deep shot for Crone is incomplete, and now we've got Vegas in the red zone. New Orleans has a first down. 20 of 31 for Blackman, but 5 interceptions. Cameron Bailey with the reception. Handoff on a little draw, and that is blown up. Tremendous tackle in the backfield by Simmons, his second TFL. Buck Wild shedding a tackle, getting near a first down. Doug Falk has a collapsing pocket around him. He goes to the end zone again, and it is swatted away. Another opportunity at a 42-yard touchdown for Minnesota knocked away. If you have 42 on your card, you just missed 2 opportunities to mark it off. Second down and 10 for Blackman. Deep shot over the middle. That was almost pick number 6. How about a 3rd down and 2? Nice hit, knock away from LaBrice Ruff. 3rd down and 2 for Miami. Did they just get it? I think they did. First down. But Miami called a timeout at their own 36-yard line. Maybe setting up for one last play here in the first half. Beautiful comeback route there for Vegas. That's a first down to the 3-yard line. Mike O'Neill's 3rd catch for 38 yards. Salt Lake gets a stop on the opening possession. Final play of the first half is a Terrell Cooper completion. A very exciting ball game in Austin through the first 2 quarters. Miami 19, Austin 17 at the break. The Pirates hanging with the Lone Stars through the first 2 quarters. Is Engagerly up and running? Let's test that. I was trying to pay out a bingo earlier, and even I couldn't do that. Yeah, Engagerly is up and running, so go and claim your daily rewards While you're watching the quad box here on the Game Day Gauntlet, clutch grab. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A nice response from the Devils off that pick six. That's a 3-yard score, and clutch grab is in the end zone. For grab, that's touchdown number 2. Coming into the day, Matt Chima had 6 touchdowns to 6 different players. So clutch now leads the team in touchdowns with 2. 11-play, 75-yard drive, and Vegas goes up on Rochester 10-7. No new numbers there. New Orleans now at the San Diego 10 with 6:50 to play. Austin will receive the second half kickoff. Right now we're tracking Jay Carter and the Salt Lake offense, and another vicious hit is going to tack on 15 yards for the Hornets.
Defense.
We play to win. Let's
Automatic first
go.
down.
Back up and running as of 7:29 Central.
65, 65, 65.
And the handoff goes to Chris Allure.
Young Trip is here, baby. Young Trip is here.
This is Blackman on a second down and goal at the 9. That is incomplete. Handoff to Mike Woodstone. As Matt Wilson will fire it. That is a pickup of 17 yards. Dejon Wright. Blackman, a low throw on third down and goal. That's incomplete. 4th and goal coming up at the 8. Second down and 5 for Salt Lake. Roll out for Carter. Carter fires middle of the field. That is complete. Jay Carter 3 for 3 for 44 yards on the opening drive, and Patrick Anderson makes the catch. Shai Ronnie on a third down and 9, launching it deep down the field. It is knocked away and incomplete. Terrific coverage. Austin has beaten Miami twice down the field. It'll be 4th down for the Lone Stars. So how did Twiggy lose their streak? That's a touchdown, by the way. 8-yard score for New Orleans, another 8-yard score. Dylan Garday, don't look now, but New Orleans is down 35-16, but 6 minutes left in that one. Carter going to take off and run down to the 11-yard line. So how did Twiggy lose their streak? And Ellie kept her streak. I don't know. Extra point for New Orleans is good. 35-17 now. 5:59 to go in the 4th. Carter dumps it short. That was well covered. It's a 13-play, 96-yard drive, and if San Diego was hoping that New Orleans would take a lot of time off the clock, they certainly achieved that mission.
30 base.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Third down and 5 at the Minnesota 12 for Salt Lake. Jay Carter flips. Oh, Buck Wild is wide open. A 75-yard walk-in for Miami. What in the world happened there? There's nobody on him. That is Buck Wild. Wild, not even in the top 25 in average, or check that, he's 3rd. I don't know what I'm talking about. 100 yards a game. That's his 5th touchdown. And Rochester also has a touchdown on the board. And we missed a field goal. We got, with the quad box is always interesting. 29-yard score for Rochester. The extra point for Miami is good. So we know that 26 and 29 have come off the board. Now, Salt Lake had a field goal. That field goal for Salt Lake was 29 yards out as well. So then a point after touchdown coming up for Rochester would make it 14-10. It was almost blocked by Vegas, but that kick is good. And I think we're all caught up now. Due to the time. So you have 24 hours, I guess, from your last check-in. 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter. In San Diego, 35-17 there, 3-0 Salt Lake over Minnesota. Miami now leads 26-17, and Rochester just took a 14-10 lead on the Vegas Devils. Wanted to see that touchdown again from Wright. It was a little play fake from Wilson, and then, yeah, just a dart right down the middle as the Pioneers go up by 4. Yeah, not a single number in the 40s yet, which is just wild. I mean, 40s are the most rare, but still, especially in the Gauntlet, to not have anything in the 40s so far is pretty crazy as Payne Price gets that one up to the 12-yard line. Deep shot for Austin! It's at the 9! Mike Churchill, the third absolute crusher from Shy Ronnie and this explosive passing offense. And Churchill's catch that much more impressive than the last. Over the head of the defender who had his head down. Grant Hardaway having a tough day at the office. Austin now 9 yards away from a score. This is Ronnie going to be taken down after a 1-yard gain. 4th and inches. San Diego going for it, and they pick up the first down. The Wildcats want to leave no doubt here today. 2nd and goal for Austin at the 8, down 26-17. The handoff goes to Mike Woodstone. Woodstone rumbles to the 3. That's a first down. Doug Falk and the Chippers trailing 3-0. 5 of 10 for 63 yards for Doug Falk. 4:30 to go in the first quarter.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. 5.
Shy Ronnie dropping a throw. That's a 3-yard score. Touchdown, Austin. Nico Rightway, the Lone Stars, right back in this thing. They have been testing the Pirates all day, but have been in trailing position. From the 44, Doug Falk on a rollout. He will fire that pass. Oh, what a catch at the 28-yard line. That was stellar. From Isaiah Moody, unclaimed. Moody, look at that, jumping and getting both feet in. The extra point is good for Austin, so 24 comes off the board. Since we hit the quad box, 20, 17, 23, 13, 26, 29, and 24. A run on the 20s as Minnesota gets it up to the 21-yard line with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. The field goal is good for San Diego. That makes it 38-17. They took the points, an 18-yard field goal, so 38 is off the board. At least there's something in the 30s for those that needed it. 38-17 San Diego, 26-24 Miami, 14-10 Rochester, backed up at their own 2-yard line just before the end of the half, and 3-0 Salt Lake. Falk from the 16-yard line looking and will float it out of bounds. San Diego will kick it away. Beletsky, a rare takedown at the line of scrimmage. Under 2 to play for New Orleans, down 21. It was not been their day. 5 interceptions for Emmanuel Blackman as Falk's pass is out of the reach of the intended target. 3rd down and 8. Rochester tries to fake out Vegas with a little fullback dive inside the 5. But it's going to be the Devils taking a timeout. They have 1 remaining to get the football back, hopefully put up more points. Falk on a 3rd down and 10 is going to be sacked. And there we go. We might have our first 40 number off the board coming up as Minnesota will have to kick a 40-yard field goal. to try to tie this game at 3.
70, Indy.
Fowler, they will be arriving at the conclusion of San Diego and New Orleans game, which is coming up in a minute and a half. Chapatulis to the 40-yard line. Mac Chima, 11 of 15 for 144 yards, a touchdown and an interception. The 40-yard field goal is good for Minnesota. So there's the 40. And we're tied at 3 over there. Austin gets a stop. 7:27 to go in the third quarter. They will punt it away. And the Lone Stars will have a chance to take the lead. 35 seconds and counting for Vegas before the end of the first half. This is Chima over to Flowers to the Pioneer 43-yard line as Vegas tries to get into field goal range. Maybe Vegas can get us another 40 number on the board. 2nd and 10, 50 seconds to go for Emmanuel Blackman and the Claws. A floater out of bounds. This is not good for Vegas. They actually went backwards, so they're not even going to be close to field goal range. Shy Ronnie is taken down by Coleman. His first sack of the day and Miami's third. Austin has none in this contest. 2nd and long for Austin coming up. 40 seconds to go for Blackman. He just threw his 6th interception. Is that a record? The most we've had of any game this season is 4. We're going to have to look to see what the record was last season. 6 picks for Emmanuel Blackman is insane. And we've reached halftime in Rochester, 14-10 Pioneers over Devils as Rochester looks for their first win of the season. Just 102 yards of offense in the first half. Vegas 221, but they're trailing by 4 due to that Joe Allen pick 6. A 3rd and 16 for Austin with 6:12 to go in the third. Ronnie dropping to throw. Ronnie all day, another bomb, and it's incomplete. Miami knocks this one away. They are testing those DBs for sure. 27 seconds in San Diego. And last season, the record for picks in a game was also 4. So not only is it a record for most picks in a game thrown by a quarterback in UFL history, but it's a record by 2. 6 picks for Blackman on a day to forget. That game has gone final. 38-17. San Diego improves to 3-5. And they are happy to have a win that did not result in a crazy fourth quarter comeback, or have a game rather. You see what they did in the second quarter, outscoring New Orleans 28-0. They didn't do much in the second half, but they didn't need to. Start of the second half in Rochester, end of the first quarter in Minnesota. And 5:58 to go in the third quarter in Austin. There's your final stats in San Diego. One last look before we get to the triple box and we get your bingo numbers back up on the screen. Emmanuel Blackman threw 6 interceptions in his first 7 games. He threw 6 interceptions today against San Diego. That is unbelievable. Bullet Beletsky approaching 100 yards, 88 yards on 16 carries, 5:15 to go in the third quarter. It has been a week of anomalies. We've had a couple of big-time blowouts, 3 in fact, this week. The interceptions record, Sauce K with a catch to the sideline, but it's 1 yard shy on their own side of the field, so I think Minnesota's going to get the stop here. Chima going long, clutch grab, first down to the 43-yard line. And Vegas has another first down. That going to be a first down, Miami? Nope, second down in inches. All right, so we hit the triple box now. There's your updated numbers on the screen. Miami's got another first down up to the Austin 40. 4:06 to go in the third quarter. Hand off Jack Nitro. Good run. Nitro still on his feet into Rochester territory at the 49-yard line. One of the best runs of the season for Nitro. 3-3 in the second quarter in Minnesota. Doug Falk's pass is caught. Nice block upfield. 8 of 15 now is Falk up to the 35-yard line. And a Minnesota first down. Nitro's got another first to the 41-yard line of Rochester. And that wasn't really a block as much as it was a little rub from Moody there. And LaBreece Rowland ends up the beneficiary on that play. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Miami up 26-24. Rob Crone fires open down to the 19-yard line. First down for Miami. To the 37, Vegas goes. Doug Falk again over the middle. That's a first down to the 46-yard line. $2 super chat from Mark Lopez. Obliterate that like button, chat. You know what I think we're going to do next week on bingo? I think we're going to do reverse bingo. So if the number 4 is called, 46 actually comes off the board. Oh, that's a tremendous catch on the sideline for Crone. Or from Crone. But it's going to result in an incompletion. 2nd and 10 at the 19 with 1:58 to go in the third. Doug Falk is sacked in the backfield. Lou Marks, the former Houston Herd defensive lineman, with his second sack, a loss of 5. David Glidden with the catch for Vegas. Third down and 6.
False start, offense.
But a false start on Miami will make it now 3rd down and 11. Back at the 20. Vegas went for it on 4th down again and did not get it. Vegas had 2 4th down opportunities in their last game. It's a 20-yard touchdown for Miami, and Bovine for the second time in that short corner of the end zone with the score. A 20-yard strike, and Miami does it again. Austin just can't seem to take the lead in this game. 1:24 to go in the third quarter. This would make it 33-24 Miami. That kick is good, and 33 is off the board. Doug Falk dropping a throw. That pass is caught at the 40 of Salt Lake. Still looking for our first touchdown in that game. It's A.J. Price with a completion. 2nd down and 1 for Rochester. Matt Wilson protecting a 14-10 lead. He's got the first down with 7:40 to go in the third. That 4th down conversion. Where's my conversions? Vegas so far this season is now 3 of 10 on 4th down. They have got to fix the 4th down offense this week. Unless they're able to come back and get a win. They're only down 4, and they've outplayed Rochester most of the night. Vegas would improve to 3-5 with a win. Rochester would fall to 0-8 with a loss. That pass for Austin complete to the 37-yard line. That's Ronnie over the middle. Beaverhausen's 5th catch for 132 yards. Deep shot, one-on-one, and the safety comes over and takes the legs out from Tyler Falk. Now it's 4th and 1 Minnesota, and Tyler says, I've already forgotten about you. Oh, that is a backbreaker. I don't know that Tyler even saw the defender. 4th down and 1 for Minnesota. On the Salt Lake 30, they're going for it, forgoing a 47-yard field goal, and it's a 1st down for Falk at the 19-yard line. If you had 47 on your card, you hate Minnesota right now.
60 Pittsburgh. Go. 5.
Hand off Mike Woodstone on a little draw. Got a 1st down. And Matt Wilson's pass is incomplete out of the end zone. Tyler says, I'll feel that in the morning. And he already has back problems. 1st and goal at the 9, though, after the 4th down conversion. This is Falk firing down to the 2-yard line. We don't have 2 yet. 2nd and goal at the 2 for Minnesota. Matt Wilson trying to get away. There's a penalty marker. I think that's coming back. And Vegas can't decline it because otherwise they would be in field goal range. End of the 3rd quarter in Austin. Miami up by 9. Rob Noel, a 2-yard touchdown run. And Minnesota's got the first major score of the day. There is a fumble in the Rochester Vegas game. Picked up by a big fella. And Vegas is going to score. Touchdown Devils. Cameron Frazier scoops it up and gives the Devils new life. A defensive touchdown, deserves one of their own, and that was actually, it was not a fumble, it was a blocked 44-yard field goal. Rochester had a blocked punt last week. And now a blocked field goal is returned for a touchdown. And you want to talk about 2 teams that can't seem to find a way to win the game? Vegas and Rochester are those 2 teams this year. Now Vegas back up by a field goal. And that was another opportunity at a 40 number. That was 44 that could have come off the board. So 44 and 47 had a chance and did not happen. 5:12 to go in the first half in Minnesota. 10-3 Chippers. 17-14 now. Vegas over Rochester. What is that punt from Austin? Shanked off the side of his foot. And Miami's going to get the ball comfortably at their own 25-yard line. Rob Crone, 24 of 31. 334 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks today. Play fake Carter, he is sacked. Austin needs a stop bad. The Lone Stars are in danger of losing their 3rd consecutive game. Miami has come to town, and they have really played special football. Casey Mears, 12 carries, 48 yards, picks up 8 on that one. 2nd down and 2 at the 33-yard line. That is another completion to Bovine. Bovine now 5 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. 10:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Handoff goes to Mears. He's dropped in the backfield. Charles with the tackle. 3rd and 6 coming up for Salt Lake, trailing 10-3. 4:25 to go in the first half. Austin and Miami now the game with the least amount of time remaining with 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Beletsky again has a 1st down to the 40-yard line. Matt Wilson on a 3rd down and 4. That pass is complete. Evan Wood, 1st down to midfield. And the Rochester drive continues. Chris Allur's got a catch on the outside. How close are we to bingo? You don't have to tell me how many numbers. Remember, you need the letter Y, the letter O, or the letter U. We got SFLM action, I believe the last week of the season. Ellie, did we hit the playoffs? Am I a week behind schedule? Virtual Football Network is going off right now. What do we got going on in SFLM land? Let's pull that up. We can do it all here on VFN. San Jose and New York, 28-24 flight over the Gargoyles right now. 8:26 to go in the third quarter. That's a good one over there as well. Evan Wood with the catch for Rochester, first down and 10. Miami's up 33-24 with 8:20 to go in the fourth quarter, a third down and 3. Austin needs a stop, and they got it. An ill-advised throw from Crone. He hasn't had many of those today. Tyler Falk's got a first down right across the Chipper logo with 2:48 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, final week before playoffs. New York's got a first and goal in that one. Oh, Coco needs one number. This is a 50-yard field goal from Miami. That is good. 50 and 36 come off the board. And that pass is into the end zone for a Rochester touchdown. That's 18 yards. Dijon Swan with the score with 1:32 to go in the third quarter. Money again off the play fake for the Pioneers. 8:13 remaining in Austin. Let's go to Minnesota. Second down and 10. 2:18 to go in the second quarter. Oh, Rob needs lots of numbers. Extra point for Rochester is good. 21-17. Pioneers back on top of the Devils. Here comes Shy Ronnie. 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter, trailing 36-24 against the Pirates. Miami has 474 yards of offense in this game. 3rd and 8 for Minnesota. Shy Ronnie just got sacked. Deep ball, Doug Falk. He's got rolling for a first down at the Hornet 31-yard line.
Base.
7:42 to go off the Shy Ronnie sack. It's 2nd and 14. This is the major game right now. Ronnie has to take a check down. That actually loses 3 more yards. Falk's got Minnesota near the red zone with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Jack Nitro up to 40 yards on 16 carries. It's going to be 3rd and long for Austin, down 12. How will Vegas respond? 1:25 to go in the third. Mac Chima standing tall in the pocket. And that one in between 2 receivers and incomplete. 3rd down, 17 for Austin. This is Ronnie over the middle. Bouncing ball incomplete. 4th and 17 down 12 with 7 minutes to go. What do you do? That pass deflected by a Hornet up front on the line. And it's going to be 3rd and long for Vegas coming up. There's another look at the pass intended for Beaverhausen. Etuk knocks that away. One of the adjustments for Miami this week was to get Etuk more playing time in pass coverage. This is Chima on a 3rd down and 10. He took off and ran, but slid 4 yards short of the first down line, and Vegas is going to have to punt it away. Austin is going 4th and 17 at their own 18, down 12. Ronnie down the field. The pass is caught. Beat the defense. There goes Nico right way. 82 yards, a 4th down miracle. Impossible for Austin. Hardaway was right there, and Right Way blew right past him. Austin stays alive on 4th and 17. Wow, and Rightway dances his way to the sideline. An extra point will give us a 31. That is good. 36-31. Austin's not dead yet. What a shootout in Texas with 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. And you got to go a long time. When was the last time we had both teams score 30 points in a UFL game? It's been a minute, folks. Falk into the end zone. That was nearly intercepted. The last time both teams scored over 30 in a UFL game, New Orleans beat LA 38-37. That was almost a month ago. Minnesota's going to kick a 23-yarder. That's not going to do much for the bingo players. Minnesota's field goal is up and good. They take a 13-3 lead potentially into the half. We're inside the fourth quarter in Rochester, and Wilson's still slinging it around. Evan Wood with his fourth catch for 51 yards. 11:15 to go in that game. 6:48 still remaining in Austin. 36-31 as the Lone Stars look for another stop. Handoff Boletsky. Boletsky's got another first down. 125 yards on 22 carries for Bullet tonight as Malik Torrance grabs his 6th tackle. Second and 4, the handoff to Everidge, his first carry for 12 yards. They've been trying to phase him out a little bit more, but hey, nice 12-yard pickup there. Vegas really needs a stop right now. So does Austin. Boletsky is going to be dipped to the 46-yard line. 133 yards, a pickup of 8. Oh, Ray. Sorry. That really sucks. It truly does. Tough day at the office for the Claws. Crone over the middle. Cooper down to the Austin 29-yard line. They just cannot get this Pirates team off the field. Crone with a deep ball as Miami gets into scoring position. Salt Lake on their own 37 with 21 seconds to go. Casey Mears has a first down. Vegas desperately needs a stop as well.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Ready.
Buck Wild, what a play. Wild down the sideline to the 15-yard line. That's a 14-yard run officially. 161 yards for Miami now on the ground. And approaching 5 minutes to go, Austin, and they got to hold for a field goal. They need something here. Salt Lake gets out of bounds. How much time is left in the second quarter?
18 Gator.
Let's see. That's going to be a run for Rochester. Just keep looking up at the screen. Oh, that is a Terrell Cooper 15-yard touchdown. And a face mask with 10 seconds left is going to put Salt Lake in scoring position. A 15-yard score for Terrell Cooper. Miami does it again. How about the Pirates today in Austin? Every time the Lone Stars pull something out of their hat, Miami does them one better. And now an extra point will give them 43 off the board. That kick is good for Miami. 15 and 43, new numbers off the board, and the Pirates are back up by 12. 3 seconds left for Salt Lake. End zone, wide open, 24-yard score. Mia Pangori, how does that happen? And she hits the jackhammer celebration. I haven't seen a player pull that out all season. The jackhammer celebration from Mia Pangori, celebrating her 8th receiving touchdown, which tied Churchill coming in, although Churchill's got 9 after his earlier today. Casey Mears near a first down as Vegas desperate for a stop. And the Hornet kick is good. And that was the final play of the first half. 13-10 Minnesota. What an ending to the first half for the Hornets. And Matt Wilson has the ball down to the 2-yard line. He's 20 of 28, 202 yards. I think that's 2 touchdowns and a pick. 4:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Austin once again in desperation mode. With a first down and 10, Ronnie's got another completion. Up to the 41-yard line. 411 yards on just 19 completions for Ronnie as they have been chasing. Great pylon cam there. Chasing Miami the entire day. Ronnie floats that one out of bounds. This is a handoff to Casey Mears. 2-yard touchdown. Still don't have the number 1 off the board, but Rochester takes a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. Don't look now. The Pioneers could finally get the goose egg off the board. 4:18 to go in the fourth quarter. 43-31 Miami over Austin as that pass is knocked down. And Salt Lake will try to double up. They get the ball to start the second half. Up to the 25-yard line. That extra point for Rochester is good. 28-17. Pioneers have scored 14 unanswered. A bouncing ball is incomplete. Now it's 4th and 10 for Austin. They converted a 4th and 17 on the last drive for a score. Mika Friday almost caught that off the deflection. It is 35-34 in the minor league game right now in the SFL M between San Jose and New York. That's a fun one. 4th and 10 Austin. Shy Ronnie. Can she do it again? 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter. She can. Oh my gosh. Touchdown Lone Stars. Churchill's 10th of the season. Oh, that is brilliant. What a catch from Mike Churchill. Grant Hardaway mossed again. He said, oh, a horrific day. Face guarding Churchill, and it didn't matter. What is this game? A 59-yard touchdown for Churchill. 43-38 with 4:04 to go in the fourth quarter. That's the third time that Grant Hardaway's got burnt. He got burnt on an earlier. He got burnt on the fourth down where he had the defender blanketed, and Rightway was able to get away, and then he got mossed earlier in the game. I think he got mossed on the last touchdown as well, the fourth down conversion. You know, Mike Woodstone had a horrible game against Dallas a couple of weeks ago. We saw Emmanuel Blackman throw 6 interceptions earlier, and then Grant Hardaway's had a horrible day in the Miami secondary. Sometimes it's just not your day. Vegas has a first down under 5 minutes to go. They are driving. 4 minutes to go. Miami now has the football back, 43-38. So, Mark, the reason why we don't have 51 through 59 as a separate bingo is because you would essentially have 10 numbers in the 30s, 10 numbers in the 40s, 10 numbers in the 50s. And so by having more numbers in the 50s, you would have less numbers in the 20s and 10s and single digits, making bingos actually harder to get if we included all of those 50 numbers. So that's why we don't have those. That pass for Vegas almost squeezed through there. Austin needs a stop now as they continue to chase the Miami Pirates. 3rd down and 4 with 3:15 to go in the 4th quarter. That is a brilliant catch from Michael Joseph on the sideline, who's had a tremendous game. 3rd down and 4. That's a drop in the bucket from Doug Falk. 4th down coming up for Vegas. They are 3 for 10 on 4th down this season. Miami's got another 1st down. And Terrell Cooper ran out of bounds. He might regret doing that. 415 passing yards for Miami. Doug Falk over the middle. That pass is caught. 1st down. Michael Joseph being pushed ahead to the Salt Lake 26-yard line with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd. Salt Lake was unable to double up. 4th down and 4 for Vegas. They finally convert a 4th down all the way to the Rochester 15-yard line with 4:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Vegas not dead yet with 3:55 to go in the 4th. Austin, desperate need of a stop. Chima, one-on-one coverage. That pass is deflected away. Hand off to Beletsky. Austin will hold on to their 3 timeouts. They will start calling them after this next play. 1st and 10 for Minnesota now at the Salt Lake 26-yard line. The handoff gets to Rob Noel. He's got 9 carries, 28 yards, and a touchdown. The handoff goes to Nitro, spun down to the 11-yard line. Crone gonna throw. Bovine Jr. is wide open. That is Crone's 30th completion of the game. Miami goes out of bounds, though, with 2:04 to go in the 4th quarter, stopping the clock. 3.5 to go in the 4th quarter in Vegas. This is an interception at the goal line. Rochester just might do it. E.K. Vinson with the takeaway on the end line. Chima throws a pick, his 2nd of the day. Oh, and Doug Falk just threw a pick. There goes Salt Lake, taking it back all the way. The Hornets being chased. It is a touchdown. Salt Lake, they take a 17-13 lead. Travante James with the takeaway, looking for Tyler Falk in the flat, and Salt Lake retakes the lead. Meanwhile, it's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Austin has got a hold to a field goal. They call their 1st timeout. 2nd and 3 coming up for Rochester. They are 2:57 away from getting their 1st win of the season. Hand off to Mears, just shy of a 1st down. Rob Crone, middle, incomplete. That stops the clock with 1:50 to go in the 4th quarter, and now it's 3rd down and 13. Miami was going for the jugular. Casey Mears breaks off 2 tackles and gets a 1st down for Rochester, trying to close it out. Hand off to Beletsky, dropped in the backfield. So Austin will call a timeout. They're going to get the football back, and we now have a chance for a pair of, well, no, we'll have a 39 can't come off the board, but 46 could. If Miami makes this field goal, they would go up 46-38 in a shootout for the ages in Austin, and it would give Shy Ronnie yet another chance at a victory. A 39-yard field goal for Miami is good. 46 is off the board. The Pirates now lead 46-38. Salt Lake is up on Minnesota, 17-13 with 7:06 to go in the 3rd. 2:04 remaining in Rochester as the Pioneers are trying to close out the Devils. We have hit the 2-minute warning. Does Shy Ronnie have any more theatrics left in a 46-38 football game as the sun sets here in Austin, Texas? Vegas just called their last time out, and Rochester got a first down. Looking grim for the Vegas Devils. Oh, what a hit at the top right-hand corner of your screen. It's fourth down. Salt Lake's defense has come to play in the third quarter. 5 catches, 132 yards for Annie Beaverhausen. Here we go. 1:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Shy Ronnie is hit and goes down. 2nd and 14 coming up after Dexter Murdoch. It's the 5th sack for Miami tonight. Minnesota's got a punt. Gotta hydrate. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, there goes Ronnie again. Going to float it up deep, and the pass is caught on the sideline down to the Miami 16. 21 completions for 534 yards for Shy Ronnie. Thank you, Water. They came at the perfect time. Ronnie now in no huddle, under a minute to go. Almost threw an interception. Austin knocking on the door. They need a 2-point conversion to tie. Rochester and Vegas playing out the final seconds. Austin and Miami playing out the final seconds. 2nd down and 10. This is Ronnie over the middle. That pass is caught at the 7-yard line. 48 seconds to go. 3rd down and 1. 38 seconds and counting. Ronnie out of the shotgun. Rochester gets their first victory of the season. That pass is caught, but falling backwards. Nico Rightway did not pick up the first down. Now it's 4th and 1 at the 7 for Austin. 18 seconds left. Ronnie out of the shotgun, trying to tie the game. Ronnie end zone, intercepted. In the end zone, Trey Alaman, Miami will appear to hold on in a massive shootout win. Deep ball, Pangori down to the 12. Are you kidding me? A 53-yard reception for Pangori deep down the sideline. Alaman with the interception for Miami might have just sealed it. This is a one-on-one ball for Pan. She was not open and made it happen. Victory formation for Miami. What an upset, as Austin all of a sudden can't buy a victory. Despite all of the heroics from Shy Ronnie, Mike Churchill, Annie Beaverhausen, and Nico Rightway tonight, another sack for Minnesota. 9 seconds left in the fourth, and Miami is taking knees. And that is all she wrote. The Pirates beat the Lone Stars 46-38. What a thriller. What an absolute thriller. You can check those stats of that game as Rob Crone's the player of the game coming up tonight on UFL.football. 439 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks for Rob Crone in the victory. And just like that, we go into the single box. Don't worry, we'll get the game up for you. I forget that every week. 2:35 to go in the third, and Jake Carter is taken down. Now it's 4th and 23, but Salt Lake will have an opportunity at a 42-yard field goal here. Oh, I hope Squeaky is not my new nickname. $42-yard field goal for Salt Lake off the crazy catch from Pangori on the sideline would make it 20-13 And that field goal is good. So 42 off the board. We've had a run on 40s down the stretch of this gauntlet, making up for lost time. Now where are your cards at, folks? Still plenty of time in this one. 1:59 to go in the third as we play out the final stretch. The Game Day Gauntlet. Salt Lake leads 20-13. We have had some very exciting games, very exciting finishes here on the Gauntlet today. St. Louis came from behind in the final 2 minutes to defeat Phoenix on the road 21-17. That improved St. Louis to 6-2 on the season. That will match them up with New York on the last kickoff of the Game Day Gauntlet on Sunday. 7-1 Lightning, 6-2 Rivermen. You won't want to miss it. Oh, Robert still one number away. Phoenix will fall to 3-5. They have Rochester next week, who's coming off their first win. Doug Falk trailing by 7. Flips it down the field. That is caught by Tyler Falk. 298 yards for Doug today. And Tyler's up to 77 yards on 5 receptions. Meanwhile, San Diego bludgeoned New Orleans 38-17. The Wildcats improved to 3-5, and that moves them up just to 1 game out of 4th place in the West. San Diego will take on Vegas in a Monday night primetime game. Well, you want to talk about desperate Devils. That's going to be a big one in Sin City. Doug Falk dropping back deep. He will check it down. Dangerous check down. Well covered by Mariano on the sideline. Loss of one will bring up 2nd down 11. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Minnesota trailing 20-13. Hand off to Rob Noel. Noel, one of his best runs of the day. 48 yards on 12 carries. Noel having a pretty good day. Two-minute warning in SFLM country. That is a tight one between New York and San Jose. 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Minnesota trailing. Hand off Noel again. Noel, more room, and another first down. 58 yards for Noel. That might bring us to the end of the third quarter. And it does. End of the third in Minnesota. Salt Lake up 20-13. Let's get back to the recap of some earlier action. How about Miami and Austin? 46-38. Pirates get the win. Pirates improve to 4-4. That ties Wichita and Chicago for third in the East Division. Miami next week will host Wichita, who fell to 4-4 this week. That'll be a great battle between two teams in the middle of the Eastern Conference. Austin's got to stop the bleeding. They're now 5-3. They might have a get-right game at New Orleans on the first game of Coast to Coast next week. New Orleans has got to find answers. They got to find a way to turn it around. They fell to 2-6. They are 7th place in the East, to game up on Rochester. This is Doug Falk firing over the middle. Michael Joseph down to the 6-yard line. Minnesota knocking on the door of a tie ball game. Oh my goodness, the Gargoyles just recovered a fumble up 37-35, and wow, what a monster play. First and goal at the 6 here in Minnesota. 2013 Hornets. That pass, a jump ball incomplete. Volk now 26 of 41 for 318 yards as the Hornets look for a goal line stand here.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man.
Big grip. Big grip.
On a counter, Rob Noel, there's a penalty marker. What is the penalty?
Holding offense.
It's a hold. What is Salt Lake going to do with that? They're going to accept it. So instead of making it 3rd and goal, they'll make it 2nd and goal at the 16-yard line. Falk, play fake, fires, and they lose 2 more yards. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. It'd be a 35-yard field goal from here. We do not have 16 off the board. 16 is the only number in the teens we do not have.
Ready, break.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
3rd and goal for Minnesota, 10:05 to go. It feels like they've been in the red zone forever. They're just going to run it, and Rob Noel's dropped for a 2-yard loss. That is a surprising omission there from Minnesota. That would make it a 37-yard field goal, and we don't have 37 or 16 off the board. That could get some bingos out there for some people. Usually we have one at the point that we've got all the numbers filled on our pop-out box here. 37-yard field goal for Minnesota would make it 37-16. That kick is good. And for now, Salt Lake retains the lead. That was the 36th called number. 15 numbers have not been called. 9:29 to go in the 4th quarter. Salt Lake 20, Minnesota 16. Final game of week number 8. Gauntlet in week 9 kicks off Sunday, May 24th. That's the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend at 2 p.m. Eastern. LA and Minnesota. Chicago at Dakota. That is a spicy one with the way Chicago's been playing. Wichita, Miami, Rochester, Phoenix, and then the big one, New York and St. Louis. Next Sunday night on Coast to Coast, Austin at St. Louis. There's a look at Pangori's updated numbers, 4 for 101 yards and a touchdown. Dallas is at Salt Lake on the 2nd game of Coast to Coast next week. Both of those teams playing pretty well, although Salt Lake still has plenty of work to do to seal this one over Minnesota with 9:20 to go. And then Monday on Memorial Day, we hit Sin City for the holiday weekend as the Vegas Devils are in desperate need of a turnaround. Vegas has lost. They are 0-4 on the road, but 2-2 at home. Jay Carter, deep ball that is incomplete. Looking for Pangori. It's 3rd down. And San Diego finally getting a win. Gets to 3-5 tonight with their big win over New Orleans. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Pangori did not hold on. So Minnesota gets the stop with 8:46 on the clock, and the Chippers have a chance to put more points up on the board. Looking for Pangori on back-to-back trips. That one stripped away by Brandon Allen. Flash says Vegas was so good last year. What happened? Well, Vegas lost by 5 points to Chicago, 7 points to Wichita, 4 points to St. Louis, 2 points to New York. It just be like that sometimes. Punt is a doozy. And that will start Minnesota at their 8-yard line with 8:37 to go in the 4th. There we go. Wow. Thought we froze there for a sec. First and 10 at the 8-yard line. Doug Folk going to drop the throw over the middle on a check down. Picks up 5. I am surprised no one has a bingo. There's just 15 numbers left. 3 different ways to win. I'm honestly shocked. Doug Folk dropping a throw. 2nd and 5. That pass is caught. And Michael Joseph has his face mask grabbed.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And he'll tack on 15 more yards. Dan the Bull Taylor. Minnesota gets the ball up to the 42-yard line.
Automatic first down.
So many bingo players close. 8 minutes to go. 61st offensive play of the day for Minnesota. Doug Falk drops to pass. Incomplete. Looking for Dalton Brown. 2nd down and 10. Ruff with the stop. I'm laughing at the all caps. I really am surprised. It'd be one thing if we didn't fill the board with numbers, because we typically, as that pass is caught, another face mask. Oh, Salt Lake killing themselves here on this drive for Minnesota. Luke Butrico with the tear down, and Minnesota now in the red zone at the Salt Lake 19-yard line.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Typically, a bingo on Gauntlet, as Falk is going to be sacked, happens when the board is full. And the board right now is full. 408 total yards for Minnesota. All right, I won't talk to y'all anymore.
Let's go. 10-2.
Out of the shotgun, Doug Falk. 7:06 to go. Minnesota trying to take the lead here in crunch time. The sun has set here in Minneapolis. That's a pickup of 7. 3rd down and 6 at the 15-yard line for the Chippers.
Ready? 70. Indy.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Get it.
Play fake. Falk. Falk. End zone. Touchdown. Minnesota from 15 yards out scores. LaBrice Rowland. The Chippers take the lead. And the extra point is good for Minnesota. 23-20. 6:27 to go in the 4th quarter. Mac, just saw Max post in the channel. That doesn't count, Mac. I'm going to delete that. $6:27 to go in the 4th quarter. What can Salt Lake do now in response? No, you didn't, Mac. I saw that. Jay Carter, 13 of 18, 170 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Minnesota has outgained Salt Lake tonight, 430 to 212, which is just wild. Carter going deep, and a little too deep. Pangora had to play defense there. Second down, 10 yards to go for Salt Lake. Jay Carter dropping a throw. That pass is complete. There's a fumble. It is scooped up by Minnesota. Taken back the other way. Touchdown, Chippers. Could that be the bingo number needed? Let's see. Scooped up at the 30. Was it a fumble? That fumble return by Tyson Anderson. That is close. And now there's a booth review.
The previous play is under review.
Oh, man, did the ball get jarred loose by Allen's leg? Wow, that is probably the closest review we have seen all season. What is the verdict here? They take it off the board. So no 30. It's 3rd down and 5. 6 minutes to go. Minnesota looks for the stop. Carter drops to throw. That pass is caught on the sideline and goes right back to the receiver who had the ball jarred loose. 3rd catch for Liam Ryan. Under 6 to play. Salt Lake on the move. Way to give your receiver some confidence. Going right back to him.
Ready.
4:30 to 2:31 in total yards. 5:38 to go in the 4th quarter. Carter drops a throw. He got railed in the backfield. Incomplete.
Let's go now. 90. Wolf.
5:35 to go. If Minnesota wins, they'd improve to 3-5, drop Salt Lake to 4-4. If Salt Lake wins, they'd go to 5-3 and send Minnesota spiraling to 2-6. That would have them tied with Vegas at the bottom of the West. 3rd and 5 for Jay Carter. Back to pass. Carter near side, caught at the 37-yard line. Patrick Anderson with the catch, his 3rd. Hornets on the move. $5 super chat from Flash. Half-season write-up coming in the next couple days from me, by the way, so look out for that. We'll go over what we've learned so far this season. We are really looking forward to that, Flash, and appreciate your contributions to UFL.football as Sauce K will pick up 4 yards on the play. It'd be a 50-yard field goal from here to tie. 4:30 to go. Allen with his 5th tackle. 2nd down and 6, Salt Lake. Carter dropping a throw. Carter fires. Sideline incomplete. Sauce K looking for a PI. Didn't get one. 3rd and 6. Carter out of the gun. Minnesota trying to hold. Carter to throw. Carter zips it over the middle. That is complete for a 1st down. Up to the 24-yard line. The drive continues. 1st catch for Hill today. Randy Tremaine on the tackle. Salt Lake and Minnesota playing down to the wire, just as Miami and Austin did, just as St. Louis and Phoenix did. 3:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Carter dropping a throw. Carter, clean pocket, gonna take off and run. Jay Carter inside the 20, wrestled down and finally brought down to the 16-yard line. 3.5 to play. Salt Lake draining the Minnesota defense right now. 3:10 to play. Heavy look. Handoff. Hawkins down the sideline. 16-yard score for the Salt Lake touchdown. Please do, Ray. We'll publish it on the website. Salt Lake takes the lead. A $5 super chat from Ray. I'm going to do a write-up about how torturous this bingo thing is. And the extra point for Salt Lake will give us 27. 27 is off the board as the Hornets go up by 4. What a drive from the Hornets. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Now what can Minnesota do? $10 super chat from Eric Vincent. Masterful job with the Game Day Gauntlet as always. Cheers to win number 1, Pioneers. And cheers to you, EK Vincent. Appreciate the love and support. Flash 24's up there already. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, man, did Flash just get a 24? What's your card, Flash? Up, the Dons got one, too. We just needed one more number, and now they start flowing. Bingo card 28. Yeah, got the Y, his first win of the year. Congratulations to the Don, and his Rivermen got a win earlier. Oh, Flash still needs 30. But we do have a bingo. Well, Flash of Minnesota can get a touchdown here. There's 2.5 to go. 27-23, Salt Lake over Minnesota. Outside, Price actually lost a yard with 2:21 to play. Salt Lake needs a stop. Fourth catch for Price, 27 yards.
Set, 60 or.
Number 53, Mike 53. Hey man, watch the boot.
Shoot.
Oh, Falk's pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted. Minnesota got the overtime win over Dallas thanks to a safety stop.
Here we go.
And then they were up 21-7 on Vegas at the half last week, ended up losing 29-21. Third down and 11. Falk trying to keep the drive alive. What a pass to Michael Joseph. Doug Falk up to 405 passing yards tonight. And Joseph's got 10 catches for 128 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. K. Marion and D.R. Simeon, the only players with more than 10 catches in a UFL game this season. They have 12.
Ready? 8, read.
53 is the mic. Let's go.
Twiggy says she's got a bingo. What's your card, Twiggy? As Falk's pass is complete on the sideline down to the Salt Lake 38. Now the Chippers on the move. We got card 1.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Let's get off the field.
Card 1 for Twiggy.
Set, go.
That pass to the sideline is incomplete. Ah, you got the O, Twiggy. Yep. Make sure to post your card in the bingo channel.
Ready. 18
Second down and 10 with 1:51 to go for Minnesota. Can they complete the comeback? Falk on a deep shot to Joseph. It's caught at the 10. 37 of 55, and Joseph's got 11 catches for 156 yards. He's one away from tying the UFL season record. This is Falk over the middle, inside the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. 38 of 56. Falk just throwing it all over the yard. We do not have 6 off the board. 2nd and 6 at the 6. 1:08 to go in the 4th. Falk back to pass. Falk is crushed. And Dalton Brown loses a yard back to the 7 with a minute to go. 51 seconds. Now back at the 7. Falk, 3rd down, in trouble and sacked back at the 15-yard line. Now it's 4th and 15 for Minnesota with 35 seconds to go. No time to waste. 4th down, they need the end zone. Doug Falk for a potential win. Oh, God, in the back. Tyler Falk, touchdown, Chippers, with 21 seconds to play. Wow, look at that. On 4th and 15 to give Minnesota the lead. And the extra point would give us a 30, and the extra point is good. 30-27, Minnesota with 21 seconds to play. That's 38 called numbers. And Flash just got a bingo with 21 seconds to go. Card 23. The O in the middle is confirmed. All right, 21 seconds to go. Salt Lake needs a field goal to tie. They have all 3 timeouts. On the return up to the 28-yard line. Coco may have just gotten a bingo. Carter, 19 of 27, 220 yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. And yep, Coco got it. Jay Carter back to pass, 14 seconds, got to get rid of it, incomplete, 13 seconds left. Logan Kerwin needs the 42-yard line of Minnesota. Look at it, Vincent got a bit, see, everybody's got one. Oh, penalty marker, Salt Lake is going to drop back. Yeah, maybe overtime here would get us a tie at 30, but Salt Lake's got a lot of work to do. Carter fires, that is caught, and a face mask. Minnesota giving Salt Lake a chance with 8 seconds to go. That's going to move the football up to the Minnesota 49.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Automatic first down.
Wow.
Ready, go.
49 yards away from a win. There you see the target line. Carter looking. Carter's going deep. Oh, it's caught. No, dropped at the goal line. There's 0 seconds. The game is over. Pangori had a shot at it. that was right at the goal line, knocked away, I believe, by Tyson Anderson, and Minnesota holds on. Unbelievable. Minnesota scores 17 points in the fourth quarter and survives on a 4th and 15 conversion to win 30-27 and improve to 3-5, dropping Salt Lake to 4-4. Minnesota hosts LA next week, and Salt Lake will host Dallas. 443 passing yards today for Minnesota, as their new look offense, adopted 3 weeks ago, now has them 2-1 in the last 3. Whoa. Wow, what a finish, folks. Week 8's Game Day Gauntlet, it lived up to the billing. One last recap here as St. Louis scored in the final 2 minutes to top Phoenix 21-17. San Diego gets a UFL record at 6 interceptions on defense. They top New Orleans 38-17. Miami handled Austin in a shootout 46-38 in one of the highest scoring games in UFL history. Rochester got their first win of the season tonight. They beat Vegas 28-17. And Minnesota jars the ball out of the hands of one of the best receivers in the league, Mia Pangori, down the stretch. And they top the Salt Lake Hornets 30-27. What a week 8 of UFL action. We'll see you back here for week 9, Memorial Day weekend coming up. We thank you for watching, and if you won your game, if you won bingo, great. If you didn't win bingo, you didn't win your game today. There's always next week. Thank you for your support of the UFL. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. I'm gonna go lie down. Have a great night, everybody.